wherever you're catching the show live from West Nile Television is the biggest and top stories. Just like for those who kept following all the discussions from where we stated, it's the 1st of March 2024, and we already in the 3rd month of this year. Yeah, a lot is happening. Owen is that guys, my name, and Benson for story that we shall be discussing a lot. There's a good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Owen, and good afternoon to viewers. Each and every day we are here to give people what is happening in the world of sports. And in the department of cricket, our Victoria Pearls, they continue to perform very well in the build-up matches they are currently playing in India, and they are actually preparing for African games and also T20 World Cup qualifiers. And at the same time, this time, underdogs, they have set up a final, Copa del Rey. That means it will be a final between Real Mallorca and the team of Athletic Bilbao. Not now the Giants, as it used to be, no Atletico Madrid, no Barcelona, no Real Madrid. But at Rua, yesterday we saw a very big victory for the team of Onduparaka. I don't know if that's where we are going to kickstart our discussion.
Of course, 2 changes have been made. All that is the Uganda's women's squad for what is called the rugby, and a lot is happening right there. I've just received a notification about this, as the women's squad has been, of course, will be making sure the squad has been set, and they will be taking part in the World's Rugby Sevens Challenger in 2024. Of course, this will be in a place called Montevideo. That will be in Ukraine, so you're going to be expecting a lot from that. Is the ladies right there for the Uganda side that has pushed really a lot in there. Remember, Uganda women, of course, will be taking that big one, and they will be taking the cut in the Sevens Challenger. Also in Dubai, we did see that story that came, they took part in 2004 in Dubai in the Women's Challenger. Now this time around they are going to take place again or they will be part of the 2024 in Ukraine. So it's all about challenging here and there in the rugby world. And we're expecting a lot, probably. Grace Auma is one of the names that has made a return to that is the team from the 4 months injury, that a setback that she got in there. So we shall be expecting maybe something better from her after all these moments. Remember, she sustained an ankle injury during, of course, the Rugby Sevens Tunisia in October last year, after she couldn't really make more names in there. But of course, we should say it's very, very big that it took time for them to assess and make sure that she comes back after all these months and pushing it to where she needs to be, of course, ready for that game. Now, it has brought a very big insight, and it has brought a very big happiness into the team of Uganda, and they will be looking forward to see that they participate in there. So Uganda will be participating in the Rugby Sevens right there. How good is that for Uganda?
Yeah, obviously it's a very good one. Seeing our ladies also participating in 7 series in the department of rugby is a good one. Since last season, we have seen our ladies performing very well, more especially in the national teams. In the Afro Basket qualifiers, we saw them performing very well. I think it was in Rwanda. We also saw them performing very well. This time coming to rugby and also performing very well. Oh, and there is one thing I've always been seeing, at least in every department, there has to be a key player to generate the team. I think the player you mentioned, her coming back, I think, will add value into the team of Uganda. We pray that they will not be participant in the tournament. They will as well be one of the competitors in the tournament.
For the new people, or for the starters, I want to say you should be knowing about this little. Not only that, I did say 2 names also have been added. One of them is, of course, the lady by the names of Juliet Nandaula, who has also been added into the team after, of course, the injury that she sustained. She did worked her way out to make sure that she needs to be one of the names to be recognized, and they will be looking there. So both remember, primarily halfbacks, and they will be bringing a key one to that is the Uganda rugby. And a woman's pitch can really see that she's ready, or that shows that she's ready, and we should be expecting a lot from that is the side right there. Now, yesterday, the FUFA Big League took place, and of course, a couple of games you did see taking place out of around 4-5 games that took place into, that is the FUFA Big League. And in the FUFA Big League, we did see Team Lugazi being held by Boma by 1-1. We did see Karo Karunji that also played, and that game ended in a 0-0 draw with Police Football Club. And of course, Young Elephants also played against Mbale Heroes. Mbale Heroes, we did say, can still pick that win at Young Elephants at their home. You know, on Wednesday, I remember when we were discussing, that was one thing that Susie said she's not seeing, of course, the Young Elephants pick any winner from, that is the team right there. Indeed, they have failed to do that because you did see them being beaten by Mbale Heroes, which gives Mbale an upper hand this time around to keep where they can be. And then, I mean, in fact, at the summit, in the top 3 that they are fighting for, Chigezi Homeboys was another one at Kabale, where you did see Chigezi Homeboys beating Team Blacks Power by 2-1. Blacks Power has been a flying Blacks Power, but now you've seen them again losing to Chigezi. There are certain places that you will not really pick wins easily. We talked about that, and one of them is Chigezi. Now, Kataka at home, also, I don't think they have ever lost a game yet in the second round at home. They went away to China and lost to China by 4-2. But they're a good side this time around. They have scored 2 goals and one over that which Chintume scored. Onduparaka at Greenlight Stadium in Arua City yesterday got a late equalizer in the 90th, a late goal in the 92nd minute to see that they got themselves a win against China Boys right there. Remember, the reverse fixture was 2-1 when, of course, Onduparaka scored first through Faisal Sechanzi. Now, this time around, it was, of course, the brilliancy after a shot pull by, that is the man by the names of Bida Ezra, and waved off by the goalkeeper. But Ndifuna Bernard had to convert it at the back of the net for, that is, Team Onduparaka Football Club, who, of course, claimed to say they're back into the league. And, of course, good news into the big league teams and any other team which will be coming right there. Today, we shall be having Ginger North United taking on Calvary, a game that will be kick-starting at 4 p.m. Now, this is a game that is, of course, one of the games to watch. But let's look at the recap of the results that went on yesterday. Yeah. Where do you want to start?
Let me start with the result of the Paraka actually generated up against Chinda Boys. I know right now the first one which is running in the hands of West Nile is all about how the clubs that are coming from West Nile region, how they picked up, because in the first game of the second round, we saw Calvary picking a win up against Karo Karunji. Also yesterday was the first game for the Park in the second round, also picking a win against the team that beat them in the first league. Meanwhile, for the teams that are coming from Bali, eastern part of the country, it was also another good moment for them, because Bali Heroes winning away from, Bali Heroes winning away from home, and also Kataka staying at home and also winning. Look at the result on the Park actual picked against the team of Chinda Boys. I think that is one key motivating factor for the whole stakeholders, from the fans, from the players, from the technical department, because it was not an easy win for the Caterpillars, because you look at the edge, look at the minute where that goal was actually got. It was towards the closing edges of the game. A win is a win. What matters most is the 3 points you actually grab. And the win, the pick yesterday has taken them to 20 points. That means they still have that hope, though the hope right now is very slim. And also, look at the top of the table, how it is shaping like yesterday we saw Police picking a drop against Karo Karunji, that barren draw. On the other side also, Lugazi playing a draw with Boma. Boma is always a tougher side when it comes to playing against the big sides. We saw, in fact, they were the first team to have broken the unbeaten record of Police. This time it's going neck to neck between Police and the team of Lugazi. Someone may say, though we still have got so many games for the big league season to wind up, someone may say for Lugazi and Police it's already confirmed. Maybe the battle will remain for the teams, for the other teams. That feels they still have the faith, but it's still a long journey to go. As I had said earlier on, to me, the biggest win in the region of West Nile was the one on the Park actual picked against the team of Chinda Boys, because for a longer period of time, players had been yearning for the game to restart. The fans themselves, the technical team starting it with a win is a good one for the teams from eastern part of the country, more especially from Mbale. Also a good one for them, because it's not an easy thing having two teams from the same region winning the games in the same day. Now the focus turns to Calvary. They are playing their game tonight. That's why I'm saying right now the question which is running in the minds of the West Nilers is whether all the both sides from the region have actually picked up, both on the front and the team of Calvary.
A very big one, of course, yesterday. An impressive performance, probably a tight game between the two sides. Right there, of course, a rejuvenated Chiinda boys are coming through, and you did see it needed only a brilliance from one or two who needed to show the team that this is what came in there. A lot of chances are probably wasted. If you look at the statistics that came through after the game, you will see that Onduparaka had an upper hand, but of course the statistics tried its level best to work, and later on, of course, the boys are in there. A couple of names that, of course, we did say about some names that we added into the team. I remember Onduparaka Football Club had names that were added, but couldn't get to play because of the club licensing issues. These are players who have been in clubs like Kandeje, who have been in clubs like Arua Hill Sports Club. Now, if you look at what exactly happened, you see that around 5 corner kicks, free kicks, were given to were gotten by Onduparaka, and 2 by that is Chiinda boys. When you look at that is the corner kicks, Onduparaka had 9 and Chiinda having 1 only. And then you did see the team of that is the shots on target, Onduparaka having 4 and 1 for that is Chiinda boys, and you did see the shots off target for Onduparaka Football Club 4 and 3 for that is Chiinda boys, and then chances created through free kicks and of course let's say open play were around 17 for Onduparaka and 7 for the team of Chiinda boys. When you come to the chances wasted, free kicks 7 and 7 for that is also team 17 for Onduparaka and 7 for the team of Chiinda boys. Right there. Then you look at the chances converted through free kicks, you would see that nothing because that did not work out. It was only the chance or yellow cards that were there. The game was so disciplined that only you did see 1 yellow card that of course came through for that is the opponent side of that is the team of Chiinda boys. 1 in there. So it shows you how exactly this came through. No red card was seen in the game, but of course that showed how exactly the home team kept pushing in there. But again, my question comes to the losing of points. Boma held Lugazi, Police was also held in there. Did you expect the two sides lose because they are the top teams to talk about, and that gives now a chance to the team of Mbala Heroes probably to also fight so much in there, as for teams like Onduparaka need only 6 points to get into the top 6. I mean the top of 3.
Actually, the side I expected the draw for is the team because the weight of the team they played against Boma. Like I said earlier on, Boma is not an easy side. If we may plus back, we look at how the big league ended. I think it was Boma that finished at number 5, and then Lugazi finished at number 6. That was how it came for the two sides, and then Police I think finished at number 4. Their meeting yesterday, I knew that something terrible like a draw was going to work out in that particular encounter. For Police up against Karo Karunzi, yeah, whenever they are at home, they will always prove to be very stubborn. Losing away to Calvary, I also expected them to have played a better game against the team of Cops. At the end, I expected Cops to have won the game because Lugazi this time putting a lot of pressure on them. They will still want to extend the points gap very early, such that when the season is coming closer, maybe coming towards the end, everything should be done for the team of Police. And based on the statistics you gave about the game between Onduparaka Football Club and the team of Chiinda Boys, it shows clear that Onduparaka was a better side compared to Chiinda Boys. I was part of the game, and how the goal actually came, that's why we say set pieces sometimes add spice into a game. Onduparaka had a consecutive, I think it was, if not 4, 5 corner kicks. Till the last one, they had to utilize to see that the ball goes back into the back of the net. Matthias, it was a narrow win. Like I said earlier on, what matters most is the 3 points you have collected. Now, the points dropped by Lugazi and the team of Police, I think it is going to energize the other teams. Unfortunately for Blacks Power, they lost their game. Maybe teams that are trying to pressurize those ones that are sitting top 2, maybe Boma, we talk about the rest. I think the points, the drop, the draws, the pick is a good one for the rest of the teams. Maybe Onduparaka, because that's a draw. The two draws they picked, has also energized when the Paracap was a win they picked yesterday night. Speaks everything.
Okay, you can keep your messages and comments dropping, and probably we shall be getting to you right there because it's one of the biggest things that we will really want to discuss. Your questions, your comments, and every other things that will be coming right there. But if you look at the FUFA Big League, the intensity keeps going higher and higher because where we are is the second round, and you are going to be expecting total big challenge that will be coming right there from different clubs, from different people, from the league itself, and it adds in more right there. Now, this is one thing that we shall talk about, but let's leave that there. Let's look at the standards that have been set right now. Federation of Uganda Football Association Executive Committee yesterday had to sit because I said there was a good news coming for clubs that needed players from this Ndege, players from Arua Hill Sports Club who are no more into the league probably this season. Ndege owners said that they were not able to make sure that they run a club like this. Whereas for that is the team of Ndege, Arua Hill, they were demoted because of one or two things that they couldn't afford to make sure in there. Now, this gives a free chance to the team of all the status of Ndege and Arua Hill players. This, I did say it here, it was not by the players' will. Mm-hmm. It was not by the players' will, it was not by the federation will, but it was because the teams failed. Now, Federation of Uganda Football Association executives, the letter you're seeing on your screen, is what exactly the federation had to put forward after, of course, a big moment of failing. In their letter, dated, of course, it was dated on 29th, which was yesterday, where, of course, the FUFA Executive Committee hereby issued the following guidance regarding the players of Ndege University and Royal Sports Club who were participating in the second and first tier of the FUFA competition. Now, I want to go just straight away for the reasons what happened. In their reason, they say that the owners of Ndege University decided to withdraw the club from that is the ongoing FUFA Big League. As for Arua Hill Sports Club, despite starting the current season along that is the breached on minimum club licensing requirements and thus failed to continue in the Star Times Uganda Premier League this season. Now, it is the duty of Federation of Uganda Football Association to protect the integrity of its member and their composite. Now, the players of both clubs of course earn a living or off playing football and have a career of course yes, for that is. Now, the FUFA Executive Committee has come up with this. Therefore, the decisions below you see there. One, all the players of Ndege University are free agents with immediate effect. They are free to join clubs of their choice. All the players of Arua Hill Sports Club are out of contract, are free agents to join, of course, the clubs of their choice. And then all players of Arua Hill Sports Club whose contract have been mutually terminated are free also to join any club of their choice. Whereas players of Arua Hill still on contract with the club may join a club of their choice on loan for the rest of the 2023-2024 season. Now, in all the above cases, the acquiring destination club must have the vacancies and space to recruit the players in conformity with, of course, the relevant regulations. Now, FUFA has set the period from that is 1st to 15th March for any such transfer of player from Ndege and Arua Hill Sports Club to their choices to be effected, and that is what they say. Now, if you look at all that, that is a very big statement coming from that is the Federation of Uganda Football Association. I believe it gives chance because they are looking onto the players themselves, because it was not their fault to either be eliminated from the league as a club or to be this. So they have opportunity. This is where they earn living. What do you think about the decision by Federation of Uganda Football Association?
If you go through the statements that has been displayed on the screen, I don't see any contradictions, and I don't see any ironical statement, because it's very clear. Like for the players of Ndejje University, we are now all aware that Ndejje University has been dissolved, no longer a football club. Of course, it gives that free chance for these players of Ndejje to join another club of their choice. If there is another club who is willing to sign any of the players on Ndejje, you can come. Meanwhile, for Onduparaka, not Onduparaka, rather, sorry to say Onduparaka, for Red Hill Sports Club, two statements. For the players whose contracts have been terminated, they are free to join any club of their choice. Meanwhile, those ones who are under contract, of course, they will have to negotiate maybe with any of the clubs we have, if not in the country, maybe outside the country to join. You know, a player is a brand. Football is a brand. A club is a brand. Like this season is very soon coming to an end, and after here we'll be getting to summer transfer window. And if you keep your brand in vibe, if you keep your brand in a hidden way, who will come on top and say that I want so and so, I want so and so? Within the remaining few months, of course, you need to keep yourself active such that you also be active as the summer transfer window draws closer. I think, to me, I want to say in summary, I don't see any problem with the statements FIFA actually has come up with. Any player is ready to go, whether on loan, whether your contract has been terminated, you want to leave on a permanent basis. I don't see any problem.
Okay, now he sees nothing so bad with that, but of course it's a good one for that. Now, you did see 5 players from that is Royal Hill with the camps of Onduparaka Football Club. Of course, now this gives the privilege of how they should get the licenses and here and there. That means by the next game against Chetume, Onduparaka will have the players ready to go. Of course, remember the games are going to be, I think, on 10th. So you will be seeing a lot of things that will be coming right there, and possibility right there for the teams to get sure, to make sure that they get. But this does not limit even to, I think, other clubs that will be making sure that they get to the standard. Now, look at Royal Hill demoted. You have a challenge with the team of Ndejje University. What does it show? How many clubs are you going to, of course, how many clubs are you going to promote, and how many clubs will be demoted? That's also another thing someone will be asking right now.
True. In fact, we are the right people to let people know how many clubs are going to be promoted, how many clubs are going to be relegated from the both leagues. I think, to me, I will say we need to get the real fact from the federation, but still, we can highlight about it. Let's start with the StarTimes Uganda Premier League. Red Hill Sports Club has already been demoted. In number, we have around 16 teams. For Red Hill already been demoted, I think it will happen like this. 2 clubs are going to be relegated, not now 3, joining the Red Hill Sports Club. And then in terms of maybe promotion, 3 are still going to be promoted from FUFA Big League, because Red Hill already demoted, plus 2 that are going to be relegated, and then we promoted 3. Still, it will make a total of 16 teams in the StarTimes Uganda Premier League. Okay. Then coming to FUFA Big League, Ndejje has already been demoted. That means we are left with around 15 teams. Ndejje already been demoted. It's like also being relegated.
Replaced by Royal
replaced by Royal
for next season.
Okay. This is, to me, that is according to me. If I am to be given the wrong on how the promotions are to be done, how the demotions are to be done, or as the relegation is to be done, this time I will relegate 3 teams from FUFA Big League, because I know that Red Hill Sports Club this time is coming to FUFA Big League, and then I promote 3. Unfortunately, the ironical part of it is this time FUFA has come up with a different technique, a different criteria. This time promotions into FUFA Big League is done according to region to region. And people may start to complain. People from the other regions may start to complain. The Red Hill Sports Club is a team from West Nile region. It should not affect us. For us, we are going to promote the teams the way how it used to be done. That is where the contradicting part of it will come.
4 clubs are supposed to be relegated from regional league, from big league.
4 clubs are supposed to
Now
be
Leeds is not there, it is 3.
Leeds is not there, now 3.
Then how many teams are supposed to be relegated from Uganda Premier League? 3.
I think for FUFA, for StarTimes Uganda Premier League, no problem about that. Promotions, no problem about that. The problem is going to come on how things are going to be, the criteria the federation is going to use to promote teams into FUFA Big League. If it was to be done like how the promotion is done into StarTimes Uganda Premier League, it was going to be okay. But now it's promoted based on region to region, region to region. That's why I had to say like
so that. So you're going to tell me they are going to they should now promote like 4 teams?
If they promote 4. If they promote 4, still.
Because now right now teams are 15. They used to be 16, I think. One was, I think, one team was dropped, which was Chetome, and the team standard is supposed to be 16. So that means you need to make it 16. You need to have because if you now Arua Hill is not there, teams are 14. If you demote 2, you can't only promote 2 to make 16.
Maybe this one will bring the federation to the normal standard, the normal number of teams in FUFA Big League.
To 18.
That's why to 16. That's why I still continue to repeat. You know, though we all follow Ugandan football, we are divided into sub-regions. West Nile is here, Lango is there, Acholi is there. You talk about the other regions from the central part of the country. Now, if they say that this time, Arua Hill, of course, has been demoted, maybe we promote 3 or 4. Others from the other parts of the country will say, how comes that West Nile is favored?
Okay, a very big challenge. Probably we shall be waiting to see. I will need to get to some of the people, probably on how exactly the promotions shall be done, and we shall find out how exactly those need to be done, because it's one key thing we shall really push, because now clubs have gotten to know where they need to fall and where they should be pushing in there. Okay. Here still on our agenda, we still have a lot that is to be discussed, and out of that we have one big one where Akibwa Stadium is also under construction. Now yesterday we did see a speech that came in from a writer that came out from that is the sports minister of Guam, Honorable, of course, who said yes, it is true. Kibwa, yeah, because yesterday I meant to know that there were some people who visited, of course, even including him, the sports minister, who went to Kibwa Stadium to see that they finalized the documentation and other things of that is Kibwa Stadium. Benson, now according to his status and according to his write-up on his official handle, he said that the agreement or the plan to construct Akibwa Stadium in Lira has been finalized after they had signed a memorandum of understanding with the joint venture of course, Kata Sports and Samco to construct stadium in less than 20 months, according to him. And the contractor will finance and build the stadium through a pre-finance basis. This sports infrastructure is critical project in our preparation to host the AFCON 2027, and therefore it will be fast-tracked for its timely completion. And I thanked the President of Uganda, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, and the Minister of Education and Sports, First Lady Janet Museveni Kataha, for that is identifying the contractors. And of course, one of the image that showed that they already gave out this to a contractor when the contractors visited, and the President of Uganda okayed that it was okay to push on right there. So those are some of the big things we're expecting. But the statement of it completion being very fast, don't you think it will be a shoddy work? Are we seeing a big maybe are we seeing it work out? Don't you think it's going to be shoddy? Don't you think it's going to affect the standards that that is supposed to set this?
20 months, I think. those months enough. It depends on how many people are going to work and the stability of the finance they are put to work for this project. And actually, when you brought the discussion, something was running into my mind. Who is actually behind this? Is it the Ministry of Education and Sports? You know, of late, Akibwa has become as one of the famous developing pitches we have in the country. And normally, for soccer fans, for sports fans, football fans, once you discuss about the development, maybe in this area, they are constructing a stadium, they are constructing maybe a pitch, they are renovating a stadium, people's mind, more especially those ones in West Nile, they will start to think about the stadium Arua Hill Sports Club is currently possessing. And then I was thinking, that's why I came up saying that who is actually behind this? Who is behind this project? If it is the Ministry of Education and Sports, why can't they extend this one to Arua Hill Sports Club? Because we are all aware that we are all actually constructing these stadiums ahead of the biggest tournament, AFCON, which is, as you said, in 2027. Then still, I would say, let them either narrow or else extend the project up to Arua Hill Sports Club. We will never know, maybe Arua Hill Sports Club will be under construction, maybe will be given to another project. But since Akibwa, you compare the standard with that one of Arua Hill Sports Club, I think they are still under developing stadiums we have in the country. Now I would suggest let the project, let the initiative also be extended to Arua, West Nile at large, particularly at Arua Hill Sports Club.
Reports have it that it will handle over 30,000 people. How would that help in the let's say, if you look at what exactly is happening, you would see that the revenue of Alira would also be very high, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Normal, when such an initiative is brought into your region or is into your country, there are so many numerous advantages it always brings. And 30,000 seaters capacity, I can say, is almost half of some of the stadiums we have in Europe. Also, most of the stadiums we have in Europe for the clubs, others are 60,000, others are 72. I think 30,000 seaters capacity is okay for a developing country like Uganda.
All right, 30K seaters. We're waiting to see. We did also see the president of the Republic of Kenya coming through here to assess, and of course they say they are going to be investing in sports, in football stadiums and the rest. So let's wait and see. Maybe the togetherness will be one of the key things that will be coming up right there. But at the same time, I want to say that the people around there were compassionated, according to what I know, sometimes ago, millions of money to see that they vacate, and of course issues of their crop and the rest, farming. Yes, it's one big thing that has been compassionated for.
And sometimes when a new thing comes on board, people forget about the old ones. I'm surprised when Fufa Drum started. I think the famous stadium, that side of Acholi region, Lango region, was Pete. After Akibwa, imagine people have forgotten about it. Pete. I don't know the state of Pete. I don't know if the government also has plans for Pete, but people really, they have forgotten about Pete.
Yeah, Pete is one big one, but of course, if you look at when it is a waterlogged pitch, of course, it needs a lot of renovation. And then it comes back to, so we, our own politicians, our own people, do we love sports? How much do we give out in sports, and can we really put her, because it's a memorial place, Pete War Memorial Stadium. It's legendary, and probably again the stadium being built in Lira Akibwa is also for the remembrance, let's say, of Akibwa, who was an athlete. Of course, one of the key figures in the sports, and I think that also adds that government has done something to them. Now that brings me to, what about our Barifa Stadium, Docas Njikuru? Maybe that's one that government, because it's a government facility, they said, which could be accommodating. I think if a big stadium could be built at Barifa, then you would see how exactly nice this would be. That's one big thing that we're expecting. So to the government. We also call upon that.
Owen, thanks for bringing the issue of Barifa on board. You know, before something is actually done in an area, there has to be a peace. Barifa right now, according to the rumors, Barifa is still under fire. And once it is settled, I think such kind of initiative can also be brought into our region.
We also want to host it 2027.
2027. If you want to host it in Arua, we need to be peaceful.
Okay.
Yeah.
Of course, one of the biggest thing is how you need to have clubs in the region. Let's like West Nile. West Nile is ready to support every time, but what attachment do they have? So they need to have clubs now, like Baraka, Rua Hill. If they can be there, you will see the vibe of people, because these are clubs that have brought vibe of football to football lovers in this country. When you saw, I don't think before the Baraka came, no one knew about even the Uganda Premier League so much. Only people follow. Now that gives you a question of, if these clubs are not going to be there anymore, what next? Won't West Nile be isolated from the central? And those are some of the things that probably could be coming in there.
Yeah, it's true. Right now, it's running in my mind alone, also in people's mind. People are also very aware that in the case on the Paraka Football Club and the Roy Hill Sports Club, they are swept away from the top leagues we have in the country. People in West Nile, of course, will go back to their traditional way of following that's European football, international sports. People came to know, like you said, about Ugandan football just because of the Park, and then Roy Hill Sports Club followed. Now, of late, they are dropping for fun, like for Roy Hill Sports Club being demoted because of awkward reasons on the Paraka, now becoming backwards. Very soon people will forget about Western football. Normally in every country, when a football starts to develop in your country, it starts from the central part of the country, and then it spreads to the other parts of the country. The football right now, the base is in the central part of the country. I'm not so surprised. That means it's all upon Westerners to see that they actually engage, they actually get engaged in the department of football. How are they going to do that? They are going to do that by sending so many clubs in the top leagues and also maintaining them. That's what I can say.
Now again, as I talk right now, the team of course, the international call has come already for the man who was here, and I think his dream should have come true. I'm talking about Gaddafi Wahab, who has now crossed over, and he has been summoned or called into the national team of South Sudan. It's a very big one for him because very many kept doubting whether he would make it. Now he has made it and joined Toa Rashid Atendele Capitano Geriga into the national team of that is the South Sudan. It's his first call for a national team, and this shows what exactly probably he had wanted. He said he wanted to get into the national team, and remember for Arua, he has scored 3 goals, 3 assists before he left and went to NEC. NEC is doing well right now. Now deals are going on very well for him. It has made him easy. He is a leader. He's a captain. He has proved very many to very many people, and this is what Gaddafi Wahab is. How good is that for him, and how bad is that for Uganda?
I think I should say that is a dream come true. You know, for a player, for every player, their dream is to see that they play for their national teams. For Wahab, we sometimes say patience pays. This is a player who has been so patient. He's a very disciplined player, and he has been a key figure, more especially for Arua Hill Sports Club. When other players were actually quitting Arua Hill Sports Club for the greener pastures, for him he remained with the club till the club was demoted. He even waited for the club to be demoted before crossing over to NEC, I think going to South Sudan. In fact, receiving that call in the national team of South Sudan is a good thing for him, and a bad one for the country of Uganda players, because we are looking at some of these players as the future prospects for Uganda. Now, departing Uganda for another nation, obviously it's a bad one, but for the player and also for the country, it's a good one.
All right, a very good one for such moments and for such teams. We shall be expecting a lot from him, whether he will deliver or not. But of course, that is one big thing we are pushing in right there. This now takes us to some of the international stories that probably you could be saying one or two. Before we get to that, there is a talk about how, of course, Paul Pogba has been, of course, banned for 4 years out. That is the scene How bad is that for Paul Pogba? No football, and he showed his dissatisfaction to different people about, of course, to the media, to what exactly has happened.
Extremely a strange story to Pogba himself and also fans of Pogba. Pogba is one player who did make a lot of history, more especially in that transfer when he goes from Juventus to the team of Manchester United. 4 years ban. I think that is extremely lengthy, and people have also forgotten about him. I don't know. By the time he'll be getting back to the world of football, I think by then, still we will be having so many good players that might have already surpassed the records of Paul Pogba.
Well, a very big one, of course, that will be coming right there. A couple of things that will be coming. We have talks of who, of course, is getting in, and Arsenal, Manchester United, Rashford, as Chelsea have also withdrawn interest in Aaron Ramsdale, whom they wanted. All these have been so big into, that is, the books of Corn. But Rashford yesterday made a statement saying that he has accepted the critics, and of course every critics that have come out to him, yes, he sees it as a positive one. He will prove them wrong. Do we see that coming?
Okay, that one shows how disciplined you are as a player, and at the same time how you have respect for yourself and also for the people who always criticize you and also respect you so to your club. You know, there are some players, once they receive critics like this, you see how they behave. But for him, he has been so calm, he has been so present, and at the end, people have been waiting for the words that will be coming from his mouth. And now, actually, the people who have been criticizing him, I think they have no words to reply him, because the way he has spoken shows that he's a very disciplined player.
Eddie Howe is one coach who is under tension after all that money. In fact, right now, the bosses that have the biggest money in Europe is Eddie Howe's Newcastle. The boss has a lot of money. He's rated higher, around 405 plus something, followed by the 22 billion, of course, of Sir Jim Ratcliffe, followed by Man City's Al Haji. Now, all this you would see that, but Newcastle again is dropping every day and now. What is wrong? What is going wrong? And now they are looking at it. Julian Nagelsmann as their next head coach to replace Eddie Howe.
I think, to me, the owners should be patient with him. When Manchester City changed the ownership to Asian World, Manchester City took years to see that they started performing very well. Last season, they bought Newcastle last season. Last season, Eddie Howe managed to take Newcastle to top 4. This season, to me, they are not a bad top 10. And you see, in the first round, Newcastle had so many players who were out injured, the likes of Botman, Bruno Guimaraes, so many of them were out injured, but they managed to see that they maintain themselves in top 10. I think if they take a decision of sacking Eddie Howe, I will not see it as a good decision from them.
Now, of course, elsewhere, Ronaldo has been banned for a game and fined at around 300. I think 300. Yes, 300. That is for the Arab money, and he will be one. That is because he went and it is being investigated, and a response for that is there was a response they made to the Lionel Messi's chants that came through. So he is being banned for a game, but of course paying fine. Ronaldo, I thought that he's now old. He shouldn't be getting into some of these things.
Behaving very well, acting like a father, grandfather. But missing one game for Al Nassr, I don't see it as a very big problem. But he is a very big brand, a very big sports personality. I never expected such kind of things to have happened with him. But anyway, it happens. Only one game receiving one ban, I think that one will go and everything will be forgotten.
It still shows in discipline, how in discipline you are, and that is one thing. And lastly, I want to say that Eric Dyer is still being wanted by, that is, Bayern Munich. They say they want to give him a permanent deal at, that is, the team of Bayern Munich. Now, of course, all eyes will be on the former big league encounter of the West Nile entity, of course, Calvary Football Club, that will be tussling it out today, and we will be waiting to see how that comes out right there. With all that we have, I want to say thank you so much for following and watching West Nile Television. Keep it locked onto this very channel, and all the time we'll be giving you more. Up next is the movie on West Nile Television. Good afternoon.